Ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving and welcome into my official college football week 13 major 12-team parlay where I pick 12 different money lines, parlay it together. This is just for fun, guys, just for entertainment, $100, whatever. Just want to do this each week for the channel. There are some Thanksgiving games as well as Black Friday games, or maybe they are just the Black Friday and the Saturday games. I'm not exactly sure. Many of these are college football, so let's get into it. Utah State, the money line at New Mexico. You know, this is a 12-team parlay. Utah State minus 700 money line. I think that's good value. New Mexico, they can't score. They're last in FPS in total yards per game. They're last in FPS in points per game. Their offense is horrific. Utah State, decent team, having a good year. That's an easy win, folks. Let's be real. Just give me a money line. Cincinnati money line at East Carolina. This Cincinnati team is ready. They can smell it. They're so focused. They're around 14-point favorites right now over East Carolina. That money line's minus 606. I thought that was decent value to parlay. And Cincinnati coming in last night in the college football playoff rankings at number 4, set up perfectly if they're able to beat East Carolina, and then if they're able to beat Houston in the American Championship, set up perfectly to make the college football playoff in a potential matchup with Ohio State. Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. They should win this game relatively easy. They're going to be laser focused. East Carolina having a better year than expected. Let's give East Carolina some credit. Cincinnati is only 14-point favorites, but they're going to get this win. Let's be real. I don't even need them to cover. Just win outright. We've got the Coastal Carolina money line at South Alabama. Coastal Carolina and Grayson McCall. That offense is no joke. They're around 15-point favorites. This is another one of those money lines that's minus 600, minus 700 area. The first 3 games are, and actually the first 3 games I have the road team winning, but they all should win relatively easy. This is a 12-team parlay. We need to get some easy games. You're not always going to be able to pick the close ones and get every single one right, so you need some easy locks that will help drive the bonus. Number 4, we've got Iowa State money line versus TCU. Finally, a home team I pick. TCU, that's minus 700, so sticking with that strategy, that's decent value. TCU coming off a near loss against Kansas after getting destroyed by Oklahoma State. They have an interim head coach with Gary Patterson being out. Iowa State, still a decent team. Obviously, not what Iowa State fans expected. They thought they were going to go to at least a New Year's Six Bowl. They were a top 10 team in the preseason rankings. I had said in the preseason, this team is overrated. Don't buy into it. And what do they have? 4 losses now. They're still decent, though. They're still not bad. They're at home. They have a good offense. They have a really good running back, a veteran quarterback, and a good defense. Against TCU, they should win this game easily as 14-point favorites. But what a disappointing year it was for Iowa State. We've got the Ohio State money line at Michigan. Some people may disagree with me. That's minus 310 on the money line. I think it's a complete steal. Ohio State is an absolute lock to win this game. I previewed it yesterday. And yeah, guys, Ohio State and their offense, it's no joke. I think this game is close throughout much of the first half, but it's just overwhelming with C.J. Stroud, the current Heisman favorite, and the 3 superstar receivers, the star true freshman running back with that veteran offensive line. Michigan's a good team, but important stat to point out on Michigan's defense, they have not faced a top 40 scoring offense yet this season. Ohio State is number 1 in scoring offense. They're number 1 in total yards per game at around 550. Michigan's never seen anything like this. It could be close early if Michigan's able to get pressure. C.J. Stroud, his first big road game, but Ryan Day is possessed right now, ladies and gentlemen. I've said this before. I would be shocked if Ohio State lost today. Ryan Day is on a mission. He knows what happened last year when Michigan tried to keep Ohio State out of the Big Ten championship. He's coming back for revenge, and he's going to drop a 50-burger on Michigan. A lot of respect for Michigan's program. You know, they've had a great year, overperforming expectations. They lose this game, they're still going to the Rose Bowl. And they've got a nice defense. So we understand that they're a no-nonsense football team, but give me Ohio State. I think they easily cover the now 8.5-point spread. The spread opened at 7. It's ballooned to 8.5 now. I think they'll cover that spread easily. We've got the Alabama money line at Auburn. That's minus basically 1,300. Bama is 19-point favorites. Whatever happened to the Iron Bowl? Nobody cares about it anymore. But whatever happened to any of these SEC rivalries? Seriously, the 2 biggest rivalries this weekend, Ohio State, Michigan, non-SEC. Oklahoma State, non-SEC. The SEC is irrelevant. It's so sad. What a fall from grace for the SEC, right? And then they're going to be like, oh, you know, we got Georgia, Alabama coming up. Whatever, dude. I'm sick of the SEC. Alabama's going to beat Auburn. We all know it. This is just another one to kind of add to the pile in terms of parlay. You got to pick some easier games. They can all be close games. We know that Alabama pretty much a lock to beat Auburn. Bo Nix dealing with that injury. We'll see if he plays. They are 19-point favorites. What a fall from grace for the Iron Bowl complete. I'm sure we'll hear Gary Danielson, though, as Alabama wins this game as 20-point favorites, hype up Bryce Young for the Heisman. How pathetic is this, guys? It's so pathetic. But Bama will get the win there. Purdue money line versus Indiana. What great value. Purdue should be minus 1,000. Minus 700. They're only 15-point favorites. They are an auto lock to cover the 15-point spread. But because I'm doing only money lines, I'm just picking the money line at home against Indiana, the worst team in the Big Ten. This Purdue team, they score. They throw the ball all over the field. This game has 42-7 written all over it. Purdue, they've had a nice season. They're not going to ruin their season by losing to the worst team in the Big Ten. I'm shocked. This spread is only 15 points. If I was an odds maker, I would have Purdue minus 21 in this game, and then maybe you can entice me to take Indiana, but I'd still pick Purdue. Let's be real, folks. Indiana is horrific. They can't score. Indiana cannot score, and they have a bad defense. They will not keep this game close. This is a complete blowout. It's in West Lafayette to compound everything. Purdue's winning that game easily. Wisconsin money line at Minnesota. So this is another one. Minnesota just cannot score. They cannot score the football. They're on their seventh string running back. Wisconsin, again, close game probably in the first half. I've said this before about this game. Maybe a 7-7 type halftime score, but Wisconsin should blow the doors off of Minnesota in the second half. They're a laser-focused football team. They need to win to get into the Big Ten championship. They started 1-3. They're on this tear. They know if they lose this game, everything comes undone. They're not going to let it happen. They have a really good defense going up against a really bad offense in Minnesota, and also an offense that's improving, led by a true freshman running back beast. Give me Wisconsin. They should easily cover the 6.5-point spread, but I'll take them money line. Thank you very much. Minus 250. The value in that? Oh, I didn't realize they were only minus 250 money line. I guess if you're only 7-point favorites, that does make sense. Next, we've got Oklahoma State money line versus Oklahoma. People are going to say this is risky, and it is risky, but guys, sometimes it's just not your year. And think about this matchup. It is strength against weakness. Caleb Williams, struggling, true freshman, can't complete 50% of his passes, going on the road to face an extremely well put together Oklahoma State defense who just allowed like 100 yards this past week. This is one of the best defenses in college football at home, facing a true freshman quarterback who's struggling. Oklahoma State's going to win this game easily. I'd be surprised if Oklahoma gets to 24 points. I would be surprised. I think they score a few touchdowns. Lincoln Riley, good play caller. They have a lot of weapons. But Oklahoma and Caleb Williams right now, it's just not working out on the offensive side of the football. Their yards are down. Their points are down. The Caleb Williams interceptions, the YOLO balls, he just chucks them up. Oklahoma State, this is their year to get to the Big 12 championship and possibly win the Big 12 championship. They know they're still in the playoff hunt. They're still in the playoff hunt, ranked number 7 right now. They need maybe a few things to happen, but as long as Georgia beats Alabama, they will have an argument to get into that number 4 spot in the playoffs. This is a very ready football team. This is their year. Sometimes it's just not your year. This year, it's not Oklahoma's year. Get Caleb Williams some seasoning, get him some starts, and then start him next year with some experience. Spencer Rattler, we know, is going to transfer, but sometimes you just got to admit it's not your year. That's minus 185, so a little bit of a risk there, but Oklahoma State at home, they are now 4-point favorites. That spread opened at 3. Money is going in on Oklahoma State. I agree with that. And then we've got some NFL action. This is the Thanksgiving night game, It is the Bills money line at the Saints. That's minus 260. So very interesting here. Sean Payton is actually like 7-0 in holiday games, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas Day, maybe New Year's Day's in that as well, Halloween night. So Sean Payton really loves the holidays, but this is a game right here. The Bills, they need a win coming off that terrible loss against the Colts. And then, the Saints, what are they starting? Trevor Siemian, it's terrible. The Bills, they need to get back on track. They're going to be amped up for this one. Josh Allen, I'm expecting a big game from him and Stephon Diggs, and I think they win this game. I don't know if they'll cover the 6-point spread, but I do expect that. And in this one, I just have them money line as part of my 12-team spread. That's minus 260. We've got the Chargers money line as they go to Denver. Another risky one, but this is a game I'm very confident the Chargers are going to win in Denver. I've been right on the Chargers a lot before. I guaranteed they were going to beat Pittsburgh. They beat Pittsburgh. They're going to Denver. Denver, good defense. They feed off the home crowd. Big home field advantage there. Mile High City. Thin air. We understand that. but the quarterback situation with Teddy Bridgewater not going to be enough for Denver. We've got Justin Herbert maybe on a little bit of a roll right now. The Chargers need to win these football games. They need to win them. This is a team, they're very talented, but their record still right around 500, maybe a few games above 500. They need these games against teams like Denver, against mediocre quarterbacks like Teddy Bridgewater. They get the job done. They are only minus 150, so that is a little bit of a risk. And then I threw in the Virginia money line versus Virginia Tech. Brendan Armstrong and this Virginia offense, they've come too far to lose in the last week of the regular season to your rival at home. They've come too far. Brendan Armstrong, one of the top passers in college football. That offense, those receivers, it's crazy. I think they cover the 6-point spread easily against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech has a good defense, but they have a terrible offense, and they're not going to be able to keep up with Virginia on the road. I'll take Virginia money line. That is the 12-team parlay. That is minus 280. If we can take a look at the overall picks, there it is in all its glory. Risk 100, win 1,800. Just a fun little thing, guys. I'm not telling anyone to go out and bet a 12-team parlay. This is just for me to talk about these games, talk about what I like, do a little fun, entertaining thing for the channel. And guys, happy holiday, happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday. We got some big things coming up. I hope everyone enjoys it. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.